them and allow them, they're also weaker, so they allow the dolphin, they call this guy, when he steals a fish, he doesn't get caught. He can tear the hook. Anyway, this is a big thing. And now the question is, are they going to try to get the trollers and individuals to help with this and save this animal? They call it the short line industry and the troll fishery. They're also believed to accidentally snag these guys. So, what do you got here? Probably the smartest critter in the ocean. And, like my friend Alala here, the smartest bird in the air, another Hawaiian product. He's endangered. And you know what? The Hawaiians themselves, probably the smartest humankind animals on the planet, like this raven and like that Sudorka. Well, they're kind of also endangered, aren't they? And their culture, yes. It's actually an example of synchronicity. Is that Michael gives me the thing from the state on Sudorka, and then bang, there's this thing in the newspaper, and bang, there it is on the internet, and suddenly similar things happen. I started working on my paper, my article on Alala and what happened, and I did so when Mercury stopped in trine to Jupiter. And as I got going on it, I had a couple of days, all sorts of things came up with ravens and the media and on television and in music, and doggone, I was helped from all these sources. Synchronicity again. And then after Mercury went retrograde a day or two, it kind of tailed off a little. But I'll have it finished soon, and you will be the first to hear it and see it. Well, hey, let's get to your world. What's happening for the next week? What's happening in the sky mirror, huh? Things up above in the sky, mirroring what's happening down there in your world. That's what it's really about. It's a mirror. There's some important things going on. Stations of planets. First, you'll enjoy the fact that Mercury is going direct on the 10th of November. And, you know, it's going direct at 3 degrees of Scorpio, which trines Neptune. Yeah, and Neptune stops in the sky and goes direct 3 days later at 3 degrees of Pisces. So there's this wonderful thing happening. Mercury stopping and speaking. This is Hermes. This is the doctor. This is the messenger. This is Mercury. He's a guy with wings on his helmet. Hermes stopping and saying, "Wait!" And here is Neptune, Poseidon. Here's the doctor, priest, artist. Here's Jesus. Here's the Pope. Now, if the Pope doesn't come out here and kind of blow our minds with some stuff, there's something wrong. There ought to be some wonderful truths and wisdoms and things going on that trine. There's also a full moon on the 17th. It gets you out of some of your physicality, but that's minor compared to this trine. Here it is. See, here's Mercury, kind of big, 3 degrees of Scorpio, trining over here to Neptune, who's kind of big at 3 degrees of Pisces. And I call this miraculous message. There could be a lot of names for it. Inspired communication. Understanding of priest, artist, doctor stuff. Understanding of the ocean, of the liquids, of religion. So, you know, this is happening in your chart too. I don't know if you have anything at 3 degrees. It's happening in water signs. So anything at 3 degrees, earth and water, is going to benefit by this. I got some planets here. I'm expecting some religious enlightenment. So this is kind of a wonderful thing that's going on. That's why I'm trying to write the essential paper on the problem of the raven, the smartest bird in the world, and we have to finish saving it. So I started the writing on this stuff too, and this, as Mercury stopped at 20 degrees in trine to Jupiter, truth and wisdom, and then it goes back and it stops at 3 degrees in trine to Neptune with Jesus sensitivity and things, and knowledge, and then it goes back up and goes by 20 degrees again, and I better have everything finished. Anyway, Mercury is doing some magical things here, and you need to keep your ears open. I have 2 minor birds that I feed this excess cat food to, and they're out there and they squawk, and I say, listen, if you want cat food, you have to be quiet. And doggone, they got really quiet. I mean, seriously quiet. They sit up there on the lanai cover, beep, beep, you can barely hear them. They talk to me. The other thing I noticed is that if I put a little cat food out there and they go, I put it on the railing and they go down, they have one of them watches while the other one eats. And if one of those cats comes around, there's this really loud squawk. And I swear those minor birds are saying, cat, 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 cat. That's just the way they sound, cat. Listening to birds, huh? Listening to cats, listening to God, listening to, nature. That's what this is about. So, that miraculous message. How's it go day by day? Whoops. Well, this accident I have to follow through as an old note to myself. Capitalism only works when there's a surplus of resources. Thinking about this terrible situation we're in with the American Western system, competition seems good if it results in the lowest prices of goods and service. That's the way I was taught in school. Unless capitalists steal and abuse the profit motive. Evil results, the loss of resources. That's what's happened in our country. That's why we're questioning this capitalistic thing. Is it really what you want, is to go and get as much money for yourself and screw everybody? This competition, this sports mentality, war mentality, Mars mentality, it's got to change. Anyway. Things just, see, you got to go with it when Neptune does things. Okay, we're going to look at this day by day. I'm going to run the moon around here and see what happens in your world. And look at that, there's Venus next to Pluto. Now look, as Venus comes up and goes by Pluto, and there's Venus, 3 to 12 degrees Capricorn, there's Pluto at 9. So 2/3 of the way through your week, Venus will be right on Pluto. And Venus, of course, is sweets. Is this Halloween craziness over candy? Could be. Pluto takes things to extremes. Over here, way, way too much. We have it all. And then bang, over here, nothing. I bought a little bag of candy the other day at Long's, and I ate too much, and the next day it all looked horrible. So that's what's happening with Venus. This is also love, sex, orgasm, sweets, pleasure, pretty girls, which might have all the power here and then be down and can't get up over there. As Venus goes by Pluto, it'll go to extremes, both sides. All I want is sex and sugar. No, I don't want sex and sugar at all. All I want is sex and sugar. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, you just went through it, didn't you? If you're on the Thursday night show, you're here. But this was Wednesday night. You went through a lot of that. But there'll be more as we go through the early part of November. Let's see, Friday, the moon's still in Capricorn. You're still feeling a little randy. Thursday night, there's a opposition to Jupiter. Too much, too much. Stop those rich people. Who are those 1% and all those lawyers? Boo! Truth comes out, huh? Yeah. You got real practical Thursday morning when the Sun and Saturn were in good angle. But now you see there's people trying to get too much. Friday morning, the moon's still in Capricorn. It doesn't change till almost dinner time. Just before dinner, the moon changes into Aquarius and is a whole different feeling. Difficulty communicating is the first problem Friday night with Mercury squares. Now Mercury is stopping here, and he stopped dead in the sky on on the 10th, and so the moon squaring him. Uh-oh, you better listen. If you don't, he's probably going to stop things, and you'll have trouble communicating and transportating Friday night. Yeah, the 8th. Clears up early Saturday morning, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, with the sextile to Uranus, and the computer gets replugged and rebooted, and the internet is working on Saturday the 9th. But there's a conjunction to, that new moon. Oh, this is a square to the new moon. So you're jangly emotionally, and on Saturday morning people aren't acting normally. And by the time you get to the middle of the day and Saturday, well, there's the square to Saturn, and we're depressed. And why is the world this way? And this is terrible. And business, corporate, the judge, look out, here come the judge. The Saturn and the Sun, the boss, is just being another big boss. He's being a judge, and there's harsh feelings for the leadership and the men in our country on Saturday. You're not going to feel like doing much. And you know what Jesus said? Judge not, lest ye be judged. And that's for Saturday, November 9th. It goes through the morning of Sunday also while the moon's still in Aquarius. It changes around dinner time when the moon shifts into Pisces. And you're in the Neptune zone. Come fill the cup. And Neptune is stopping dead in the sky on the 13th. Here we are on the 10th. So this is the big spiritual bump, and it's Sunday night. If the Pope doesn't come out and enlighten us all about something, some wonderful truth and wisdom is going to come in, because here's Mercury, and he wants to talk about it all. Maybe we'll find out more real truth about some of the problems with, our view of the world. A lot of it comes because of religion. We're taught we should believe these things. I was a little kid, 10 years old. People asked me, is the world really created in 7 days? Eek! Get sexy Sunday night. It's actually Monday morning. Here's a sextile to Venus and Pluto. Stay in bed late Monday, 11/11. Nice. Everybody's ticked off and over emotional and too much speed. And there's Mars is not happy. The young people, the young guys, look out. They're on a rampage here. It's Monday night, and everybody's fighting. Tuesday morning, wisdom comes out. There's bosses, men here, leadership. Everybody's sorry. The moon continues through Pisces. Wednesday morning, the 13th, the moon's in Aries. It all changes. You're in the glitch land. The Uranus-Pluto square, electrical problems. Feel alone. Jittery stuff, swirlies, tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes. Here's all the old stuff. Take your right out of the comfort zone Wednesday. There won't be any comfort, guaranteed. Continues through Thursday with the square to Jupiter. We haven't got enough. Doesn't mellow out till you get to Friday, November 15th, when the moon goes into Taurus. Here's a sextile to Neptune. We get some faith. But there's problems with the kids and with the communication still Friday. There is some sexy sweets, though. Here's a trine to Venus and Pluto Friday night. Venus's day, the 15th. Be with somebody you love. That's important. On Saturday, you got to go slow, get the job done. But Saturday afternoon, Mars and Jupiter kick in. You can do the chores. Sunday, take the day off. It's a full moon. And full moons are always difficult. The less you do, the better. Everybody's having trouble getting the show here and there. Don't worry. Come back next week. We got more interesting things to talk about. Aloha.